Fatality.
Hello everyone, how are we? Hope you're okay. Let me just check if the sound's on. Oh, we got sound. That's weird. I didn't expect it to be on, but anyway, hope you're all good. We're going to test out the Road to GT7 race tomorrow. I've just done some time trial. I just did a very quick run. I did like 6 laps. I've managed to do a 53.9. I think the setup that I've got will do a 53.5. So I've used AMS Doodle, is it Dude? I can't remember. 1 second, let me just double check his. I've linked it into the description anyway. So if you want to subscribe to him, he does the setups for all this. So make sure you go and subscribe to him because his channel is linked into the description. So I thought it's only fair that we do that if we're using his setup that he's put out there. So give him a sub, and yeah, I'm gonna probably make some changes to this though. It feels like it'll be good for time trial, but I'm a little bit worried about the setup for the race. I think it'll kill the tires, so I think it might need just a little bit settling down, but we'll test that out now anyway. Right, let's create a lobby. I've got one set up here, so let me just check I've got all the settings right. So you will need to be A ranked and higher to get in, because obviously we want to test out to try and get it as close as tomorrow as possible. ×2 ×6 tire wear ×6 minute. I put 6 minute qualifying just to give people a chance to change tires if they need to. Tire wear off. Actually, do you know what? We'll up that to 7 minutes just so that you can change your tires if you need to. Gives you a bit of time. So, I think that's all okay. I'm pretty sure that's okay. So I'll create the lobby now. Feel free to jump in. Thank you all for coming in nice and early, by the way. See how this is. So it's going to be interesting. The car drives weird. It kind of feels very arcadey when these cars have got setups on, in my view. Doesn't feel very realistic, but that's why I kind of prefer the default setups. The cars start behaving a bit unrealistic. Like this FR car is almost drifting through corners, but so I'm going to do a few laps with the setup that he's done on, and then I'm possibly gonna. Yeah, I think it might need a bit more rear downforce and a bit less front downforce for the race, only because the rear is getting a little bit sketchy. I feel like maybe give the rear a bit more downforce just for the race because it slides a lot. But I'm going to go out with the setup that I've just been in time trial first, so we'll just do a few laps. The cockpit for GT7? Don't know. No idea. I don't think it'll be any different to GT Sport, if I'm honest. Almost feels like a cross between, you know, the 2008 NSX Group 2 car? Kind of got a bit of that kind of feel to it, the way it's handling. Really weird. Ah, don't worry, Randy. It's quite funny, that stream. We couldn't get in any races. The servers were dead. So Day Race C was just dying every time we joined it. So we just did some time trial. And they tried to donate to put me off. It was quite funny. Like Flash. We ended up doing an okay-ish lap in the end, but it was funny though. Funny stream. You okay, Henry? How are you? See, I'm a bit worried about hard tires with this setup. I don't know how it's going to drive, so I'll do a test race, and I think I'm going to have to make some changes just to calm the car down a bit. Oh. Hello? Just get a lap in here just to see how it feels. I've just been doing time trial, so I think I can get down to like a 53.5 with it, but Yeah, I can definitely do a 53.5 with this setup. But you'll see what I mean by how sketchy it is. I feel like on hard tires it'll need something a little bit safer in the race, otherwise I feel like you're going to make mistakes. Oh, thank you, Anush. Messed up the first sector here, but we'll just carry on driving just to try and get used to this setup. Oh, what's that, Randy? On a crazy in my may have Ah, nice one, Randy. Oh, Randy as well with the $2, you legend. Thank you so much for the donation. I'm glad you're improved this week, mate. Thank you very much for the donation. Get the legend emote out for Randy, please, chat. So weird the way this car is driving. It's kind of like... feels like the rear is not connecting to the tarmac. It's so strange, but... Too much speed into the corner. I'm gonna just I'm gonna do a race with this setup the way it is and see how it performs with the medium and hard tires. I'm gonna see how it is, but we'll probably do another one and I'll make some changes, because see how the rear wants to step out a lot with this. But I find if you just short shift it up a bit, it stops it a bit. So you might be able to counter it with just shifting up. Just stay in a little higher gear, maybe. Yeah, we're in the DBR9. Yeah, I think it is, Martin. I believe so. It's because setups are on, Dylan. Once you've got setups on this game, everything changes. It also handles a bit unrealistic, but it feels very arcadey when setups are on. You'll also see a huge, absolutely huge field spread again tomorrow, I think, because for the people that don't use setups, they'll be so far off. That's the problem with GT. The setup shouldn't create that much of a difference, really. Wanted to kill me there. Ooh, a little bit loose. I don't have a Bitcoin, J-Player. I don't have a Bitcoin address or nothing. I've never bothered to do it, mate. Yeah, I don't have anything like that. 2 temps off here at the moment, but I know there's a lot of time to gain in this chicane. Oh. Definitely feel like higher gears. Or, I mean, to be honest, I've never used automatic on this game, but the best thing to do with regards to trying to get used to manual is just keep at it. Like, don't give up. Just get you. You'll take a while to get used to it. And traction on again. With traction off again, it's just a case of perseverance with it, really, and not getting put off by being slower for the first few weeks. Just keep at it, because the more practice, the more you'll feel the traction on the car. So you'll just get more and more used to it. Oh, I must have gained quite a bit in that sector there. Drifting. A little bit faster, but okay, so you can see we've got a lot of time to find. Lost a bit of time there. Mark Folks, thank you for the PayPal £5, you legend. Hi Key, practicing this myself, not going over. So if you want to set up, have a little look in the description on that YouTube page. Subscribe to it. That's Dude, AMS Dude. Subscribe to him, and he does the setups. Whoa, sugar. He does the setups for it. Now, what I will say straight away is, this setup isn't the easiest to drive. Like, it will like snap on you very easy. So maybe he does mention stuff to change. What I would possibly do is add a little bit of rear downforce to it, because I think if you just did that, this car would be straight away really good to drive for pretty much the majority of people. It just needs a bit more, maybe tiny bit of rear camber and a bit more downforce, but other than that, it's pretty much perfect. So thank you so much for the donation, Mark. But do try this setup out if you haven't already tried it. It is definitely a solid setup. Like, you can carry so much speed. It almost feels like a Group 2 car with this setup. That's the closest description I can say about it. It's like a Group 2 car, but with slower top speed. And that's why you're probably a few seconds off Group 2 times. But yeah, thank you so much for the donation, you legend. I personally would start on soft tyres if you're anywhere near the front of the grid. Get on them softs and get away from trouble. Raccoon, you legend, thank you for the $5. Chat, get the legend emote out for Mark and Raccoon, please. Ironic that some people say that tuning would allow more cars to be viable. Yeah, that's the problem, Raccoon. This is what people don't understand about GTS. Setups are so drastic in terms of the difference in performance. Allowing setups literally make it boring, in my view. This race could have been really entertaining with... there would have been quite a lot of variety in this if it would have been default setup, because the Audi R8 would have been really good. The RCZ, the Porsche. You could have even tried some of the FR cars, some like the odd one maybe. Like the FT1 would have been good. It would have been like... It would have been interesting, but the Beetle would have been good as well. It's just a shame that they've gone down the route of these setups, because I feel like it's put a lot of people off from doing it. I agree with that, Raccoon. But thank you for your donation, you legend. Spam that legend emote for Raccoon and Mark Folks, please, chat. You've got to remember the BOP. The BOP is based off default setups. That's the problem with the game. So the BOP is based off of default setups, not based off tuning. As soon as you add tuning into it, there's no BOP basically. There is literally no BOP now. BOP is on for this. It's just that the problem is that the BOP doesn't work once you put tuning on. That's where the big problem is. It's on PS5 replays only. Yeah, you won't get ray tracing on PS4. There will be no ray tracing on PS4. Zillabang with a £2 donation as well, you legend. The Tune GTR is awesome. Killed the Aston last night. Meh. Honestly, Zillabang, it won't. Not in top lobbies. It won't, mate. I think this is. I think the Aston Martin will destroy the GTR in top lobbies. I don't think you'll see many people in the GTR tomorrow. When we do it, I'm probably going to do it. So, yeah, I don't think you'll see many people using the GTR. But preference, if you want to use that, by all means, use it. Thank you, Zillabang, by the way, for the donation. I need to back out and give myself a gap. Right. Let's just get a bit of a gap. Nah, Beetle gets shit on for this. You can't use the Beetle for this race. You need to, honestly, the DBR9 is the only car. Well, I think you can use a couple of others as well. But I think the DBR9 is the main one. Oh. God, the grip through there, what the hell? Yeah, this is Group 3. But tuning is allowed, hence why we're doing faster lap times. Because they're allowing tuning for this race. Oh, nearly got a 53 there. Should be in the 53s, to be honest. I'm sure we'll be easily in the 53s tomorrow. We'll start a practice race here anyway. I want to see what this setup drives like with the tire wear on. That's where I think there's going to be a problem. I might go -2 or -3 for the race. I didn't make the setup. This isn't my setup, hence why I've put it in the description to go and subscribe to AMS Dude. He's generously sharing all the setups for the road to GT7, so I'm just using, at the moment, I'm using his setup. I'm going to alter it a bit, probably, I think, because I want to see how it does in a race. The way with fuel on, it might drive better, you see. I think, I'm wondering with a bit of fuel on, it might feel a bit more stable. So I want to try it out first. Right, let's start this anyway. All tire, you have to use every tire, don't you, in this race? No, I don't think it will, Dexter. Not with this setup. I'm pretty sure that the rear... I want to keep the rears good because the rears are very sketchy with this car. So I'll probably go -2 or -3 if I'm on it. Probably -2, I reckon. For the race, anyway. Might keep the rears a bit better. You remember, different setups. This is the thing. You're using totally different setups. So... if you're using a different car and a different setup, you can't judge brake bias because it's going to be totally different. Not compare. It's not like, oh, like once you've got default setup on, yeah, fair enough. But this is tuning. Everything changes. Right, let's start this anyway. Let's go. Let's start qualifying. There are spectators on GT Sport. That was a practice session. This full stadium on GT once you actually do a race. If you've got the bug in the pit lane, I advise you exit and just try and get in the next one, because last time we had that issue, it just caused even more issues for other people. So I apologize if you've got a pit lane bug. Nothing I can really do about it. And the way Gran Turismo servers are at the moment, I don't really want to mess with it either, while we've got the majority of people out the pits. Screenshot? What do you mean? Oh, the setup. GT Sean, just go in the description and click on that person's YouTube. It's there. I've linked his channel into my description, so subscribe to him and use his setup off there. It's all there for you, so you don't need to screenshot anything. That's why I've put it in there. Saves me going through it every 5 minutes. It's all in the description. I should really put a pinned message on there. I'll try and remember to do it after this race. Right, let's get a banker lap in. Ah. Messed the chicane up. I had to back out the throttle. Damn. No one's getting a 51 round here. No one. No one. It's impossible. Ah, I wanted to get her 53 there, but the DB9 beats her. That's like R8 line through there then. That's weird. I can take way more speed through that corner there. Yeah, we're using Dude's setup, AMS Dude, in the description if you want to try it. Right, this last... I keep messing this corner up. Let's try and do it good. Okay, that's better. Should gain a... I don't know if we gained the 10th or not. Oh, we got about just under a 10th, just under a 10th, but 3 laps all round about the same time. So if you want to know how to do the inverted gears, it's all in his video. He explains it. It's really easy to do. So just watch his video, take his setup, give him a subscription, and hit the like button as well when you do it as well. Because he doesn't have to do this. He could keep these setups to himself, but he's sharing it with everyone, which is really nice. Oh. So yeah, this setup, I think with a bit more time trialing, we should be able to be, we should be in the 53s easily. So like 53.7s, but still that's not going to be fast enough for top split, I don't think. You're going to need, I feel like you need to be like 53.4, 5 really for top split. On GT, I'd argue there is a pretty much way that you set up all the cars. Every setup I've seen on GT Sport for every single car has done a very similar thing with every single car, no matter what. There is it seems like it's a bit of a glitch setup on GT Sport. So obviously the ride height, boom, rear ride height, and then aero front, none on the rear. It's like, seems like a way that the setups are done. It's very unrealistic. That's the problem. What one's my handbrake? That one. Don't know how you do this with this car with the gears like this. Oh, what are you doing? Why are you turning it over? Okay. Let's see how long these tires last. Let's go -2. Oh. Trying not to be as aggressive now because I don't want to kill the tires. I don't know whether I'll do 8. I might divide it a bit, we'll see, because I literally haven't done that at all today, and then oh well, makes it more fun for you. Annoyingly, well, we're gonna have to test it again with this same setup again, because I need to know whether it feels all right for the race or not. I've got dirty tires. I'm gonna have even more dirty tires now as well. Also killed the tires out. I need to go -2. I'll probably do 6 or 7 laps now because of that, because otherwise this car's going to be sliding. Oh. No, you don't do max toe on GT. It's complete opposite actually on GT. It's like neutral toe from what I've seen everyone does. Oops. I'm there. What are you doing? I'm literally at the side of you, mate. You can't just turn in on me. I spun straight away, dude. I spun straight away. So that's why we're down here. I qualified pole, but then spun. Why do I keep doing that through there? Okay, at least we've got some clean air now. Okay, let's see what sort of lap time we can do now that we got some clean air. We got... Tires are a bit dead, though, because of the 360 we did. I do think it needs a bit settling down for the race. But it might be because I killed the rear, so that's a problem. Yeah, I think in the race I might want like a click extra on the rear downforce, I think. Or even lower the rear by 1 click or 2 clicks just to settle it down a little bit. Don't know though, because then it understeers through there though. That'll create more understeer. Hard to know because I killed the rears when I spun. That's the problem. So I kind of need to go again with another practice. Once I finish this one, we'll start again because I need to know whether it's the fact that I killed the rears or I know you can do the frequency. When I did that last round on Kyoto, I found that just putting a bit of rear downforce on really helped. I did touch the frequency a bit, but I did it with ride height and rear downforce, and it made the car really drivable. I feel like mediums would be way faster than what I'm doing here at the moment. The only thing with this setup as well is, does it kill the tires? Because remember when we were at Catalunya, some people managed to get their soft tires lasting so long. Don't know how they did it. There was something with the setup they were doing, because they were changing it for the race. I think I'm going to pit in a minute and just try and get an undercut on the mediums, because I think the mediums will be faster at the moment. See, our pace is nowhere near our qualifying. Like, I know we did... See, we were so much faster than these in qualifying, but now in the race, it's not really as drastic. Might as well go for one more then, if they're... So he was on mediums, that guy in front of us as well. That's a bit worrying, because he's on mediums. There must be a way to get better race pace, I think. Although we would have been way ahead of him, wouldn't we, if it wasn't for the bin? We would have been about 11 seconds ahead. Well, more than that, probably like 13 seconds ahead. I think something needs to be done to make this car look after tyres better. I feel like in top split tomorrow, it's going to destroy the tyres compared to other people. Maybe a bit of rear downforce will help as well. Just to stop it sliding a bit. Yeah, he's flying past us here, this guy, and P2 on the mediums. It's over a second quicker. I don't think 8 laps is the way to do it at the moment. Not with, unless I killed the tyres with that slide. That's the only problem. We'll have to see. Yeah, I think 772 would be better. I can't... I mean, I've killed the soft so it's hard to judge. That stint, I took a lot of tyre wear when I slid. And then we went off track again and got dirty tyres, which probably caused a bit more. Ooh. Oops. Corner cut there. You okay, Brian? How are you, mate? Right, let's just see what the pace is like on these tyres, because these haven't been wrecked yet, so... I've just wrecked them, though. Oh, fuck this. Oh, well, I'm going to start again. I'm going to start again, because I've just destroyed them again. Brian, thank you so much for joining the channel as a base tier member, mate. Appreciate it, you legend. God, I'm such a donkey. Thank you so much for joining, mate. Any good battles going on? This is the... Right, this literally highlights setup. Well, I mean, no one's even in the race anymore, but... Look at... There's no one near each other. This is why they need to go back to default setups. It's so... I mean, this is the closest battle here. I'm going to do another race anyway. And try and figure it out. How many people are even in this race at the moment? Let's have a little look right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people. I don't think the dirty will be as bad with this car because of the way it turns. I don't know. I mean, they could have. This race would have been brilliant. This race would have been brilliant if it would have been default setups. Yeah, tuning's allowed. Would have been a really good race if it was all default, but unfortunate. I think there would have been quite good variety as well if it would have been default setup. Also, it would have had probably about 3 times as many people doing the race. I mean, I might do it for content, Anakin, because I mean the only thing I'm a bit concerned about is the race, like the tire wear on the race, but it's content, so I don't know if I'll do any of the other rounds though. It's only because it's GT3 at Suzuka, and I love Suzuka, so might do this one. I've done a 53 so far. We've done a 53 in time trial, and I've done a 50. I did I qualified on a 54.0, but I did like 3 54.0s. But I've done a 53.9, but it will do a 53.5 or 6. I'm sure it'll get a 53.6 out of it, or 53.5. But yeah, if it would have been default setup, there would have been a variety of cars you could have used here. Would have been quite a few options available, but yeah.
And then some apps still.
I would have probably have gone with the... What did we use? Wasn't there a Group 3 race here a while ago? Did I use the RCZ? Can't remember whether I used the RCZ or the Beetle. Can't think what we used, but the Beetle, RCZ, Porsche, Audi R8 would have all been usable in this race. The engine sounds already, from what we've seen so far, they do sound better. We've seen that they definitely have improved the sounds. Not amazing, but they are better. I wouldn't say they're like the best thing you'll ever hear on GT7. By the way, if you are in the stream and you haven't hit that like button yet, let's see if we can get the likes up to 150, because it really does help us out. So thank you everyone who's took the time to hit the like button. Yeah. Probably do. To be honest, it'd probably be in 52s. Josetti's on a 53.1, so it'd be like 52 3s and 4s if it was that AI thing. Thank you, Idas. I'll check that out after I finish. Yeah. Yeah, true, true. I might lower the ride height instead then. Maybe lower the ride height by 1 or 2 clicks. Just to smooth it out a bit. Keep the downforce off, but then just lower the ride height just by 1 or 2 clicks, just to settle it down a little bit for like exits of corners and stuff. There's also the rear camber. I don't know I can't remember what it's on actually, but could alter the camber and the toe on the rear slightly just to give a bit more grip. See how like that corner there, how he slides in? That's the issue I've got on some of the corners. It like wants to drift a bit on the rear. Don't want to change 75% camber. That would be too much, if I'm honest. That would make the car way off with handling. You should never do a big change like that. Just do 1 or 2. Never do more than 1 or 2 clicks on a change at a time, because you don't know what you need to know what it does first before you do anything. So if you're ever doing a setup, you should always 1 or 2 clicks, test it. 1 and 2 clicks, test it. Don't ever go like poof, all the way up the other end or whatever. You want to make sure that you do it in small amounts. It's on his YouTube, Ibiza. But like I say, you can't judge anything. Like Gran Turismo is very... The setups on Gran Turismo are a set way of doing them. Every setup I've seen from all different people have all had very similarities between them, because it's just a defined way that you do setups. I don't take any logic. There's literally no logic in Gran Turismo's setups. It's just knowing what works and what doesn't. Because the stuff that works in this is not anything like any other game, really. It's very weird. Like, slamming the front and then raising the rear to maximum and then taking all the rear downforce off. Maximum downforce on the front is completely against what you do. Like, for example, ACC, you run a lot of rear downforce, not hardly any on the front, really. Like, that's how you tend to do in GT3 cars from like other games as well. This is just really weird on GT Sport. Yeah, Anakin, I agree with you. I would rather default setups. Everyone on default. And the annoying thing is, this race would have been almost perfect as a default setup race. They kind of ruined it with this putting setups in because 16 laps, it's a good distance. All 3 tyres required. It would have been entertaining. They'll probably have some form of system like that, Brian. But from what I've seen, Gran Turismo's GT7's weather system is going to be unmatched. I don't think any game will get close to it. I don't think iRacing will be as good as GT7's weather system. From what we've heard so far, GT7's weather system is like on another level of like amazing. It's just unbelievable from what we've heard. But we'll have to wait and see what it's like when we get it. But the way the track dries, depending on the climate and the air temperature, it all seems very, very sophisticated. Yeah, another thing what I notice is, as soon as you put setups on this game, the cars don't handle very, very realistic. They're all really arcadey. Feels much more like an arcade game when you put setups on this game, because you're taking unrealistic speed through the corners. That's probably why they wanted default setups on as well. Because they haven't got the full system working on every track yet, Brian. From the way it sounds it's based on the air temperature, climate of different regions. I don't think they've done all the regions yet. So I reckon you'll probably have like, I reckon 50% of the tracks will have it, but it's going to be more advanced than iRacing's weather, definitely. I don't think there's a question of that. Like iRacing will probably use some light. It would be alright, but I can't. One thing I'll say about iRacing is I can't believe the weather would be very it won't be as good as ACC's for a start, and I think GT7's looks a lot better than ACC's. So yeah, it might look better ACC's when you're driving the way it is, but GT7's actual cloud system is going to be unmatched. I don't think any game's going to get close to that. Nah, Brian. Honestly, I don't think like if you listen to what they're doing to GT7's weather with the way it's working with the radar on that, it's insane. No wonders. No, it won't. It won't be unlocked until midnight, mate. You won't be... So you can pre-download GT7, but you won't be able to play it until it unlocks on midnight. So digital download, like anything digital, doesn't unlock until midnight. Yeah, I don't know about that with GT7. Possibly. They might have something like that in there. I really don't know. Yeah, I also think that the rear downforce being on 0 and the front on max, that's very unusual for a setup on any like ACC and stuff like that. You don't go near that kind of thing. I don't think so. I still think it'll be good. I mean, I'm still having more fun on this than I do on any other racing game. So GT7 is going to have more tracks, more cars, better physics, better suspension physics, better tire model, hopefully like a lot more tracks with the full weather model on there. Hopefully some races will have weather in them as well. I think it's going to be a lot better than GT Sport for daily races. They kind of did do a video, Brian. Have you not watched the state of play, Brian? If you watch that, it goes into quite detail about the weather system in it. Yeah, I think GT7, like, when it comes out, there's only going to be a few extra tracks and cars, but give it a year and there'll be a lot of content on GT7. Dialed. Yeah, I don't know about the wet line, though. That's the only thing I don't know. To be honest, there's not many games that even do that. Like, even ACC doesn't really do that. It kind of does, but it doesn't really work how it should. So, there is wet lines in ACC, but they're not... I wouldn't say it's like proper wet lines. That's it. There's not many games out there that have mastered that because it's quite complicated to get it to work, I think, because you've got to get... You'd have to have like the tire debris and all that working in a way when it goes off in the wet. It'd be very complex, I think. So I doubt that'll be in GT7 because it is a very, very complex thing to do. You'll keep your DR and SR, Brian. Byron, sorry. You'll keep your DR and SR, but it's Brian. What am I over? You'll keep your DR and SR. You just won't... I don't think you'll keep any cars. You'll have to start again with your cars, your money. It's just... The only things that you keep is your DR and SR. And you can keep some liveries as well. As long as they were created after the 12th or 16th of December, something like that. How many more laps is left in this race? He must have crashed. Alright, let's try another one. We can start again now. I wanna see whether this tires last a bit longer without dying. I might lower the, even for qualifying, just lower it down by 1 click. Just want to see if it helps it a bit. I'm not sure about all the details of the livery stuff. All I know is that from the 16th, some liveries will be transferred over if they were created after the 16th of December. And your DR and SR is getting transferred starting from the 15th of February. I mean, I'm going to have a new account and I'm going to keep this one going for GT7. So I'm going to create another new one to work up from scratch. And I'm going to have my main one that I'll still be doing daily racing on. And then I'll have my second... I'll have 3 EU accounts by the time... when GT7 comes out. I'm going to have like 3 EU accounts. Oh, God. I've watched the I actually watched a lot of the footage. My name, Josh. I think they're a little bit. I personally think they need a lot of work. The AI. I think it needs a lot of work because no one would drive the way the AI was. It's a little bit too, like, using the curbs to rotate the car and drifting through corners, you murder your tires. And also, like, going down the pit lane to basically widen the line in at Le Mans. It was a bit crazy. Like, I don't know how I feel about it at the moment. I think it needs a lot of work. So, yeah, maybe when GT7's out, after another 6 months of them working on it, it might be better. Right, let's try and go again and see if we can get a better run in this time, because when we bottled it, that ruined the race though, really. Let me actually just test something out. I'm going to lower the ride height. I just want to try and lower it a bit, just to see if it, I have to... Let's just go down a little bit there. I just want to see if that settles it down a bit. I mean, the problem with it is pretty much unbeatable, because it's figuring out the most perfect way to drive the track. And it's doing it with ease, because it knows whatever it does. Like, the inputs are 100% guaranteed to do the same thing every lap, pretty much. So it's always going to be better than any, like, human. Right? It's obvious that. It already doesn't want to rotate as much. Dude, that's mad. Let's just try one click. You know what, I think it might be better to do it like that. It might be a bit slower on the straight, but five clicks is going to do nothing for straight line speed. It's not going to make any difference. Yeah, I'll try upping the frequency on the front in a minute. But a few clicks of rear downforce might help a bit as well. Let's just do a lap and see what it feels like. Hey! How are you, mate? Yeah, you can play at midnight, but I will, like I say, if I don't get any of my copies early on disc, then I'll just download it anyway and play at midnight, so. Yeah, I binned it, so. Twice I binned it as well. Definitely better through there straight away. Them few clicks of downforce made the car so stable. I might have to take a bit off. Actually felt too stable, if anything. Might be too understeery, this. Pretty similar through there. Evening Venture. Don't want to slide it like that really, that's loses time. A little bit off. It's pretty similar. Let's just take a little bit off of that. I mean, I that could get in the 53s still. That's the thing. It felt easier to drive though. Like you could noticeably feel that the car was stable on the rear, and that was only 5 clicks of rear downforce. So let's just go to 3 clicks and see if that I think that might be a sweet spot. Let's just see. And it didn't lose any pace on the straights, I noticed then. It was exactly the same down the straight. If your car's making circles in the pits, because you're bugged, you need to exit and try and rejoin the session. Yeah, the AI will be brilliant until it meets Kimmy. Kimmy will turn the AI, that Sophie, into the Terminator. I'm telling you. Kimmy could start World War III. Yeah, imagine they just let the AI watch Kimmy for a few races. Calset, go in the description and just use the setup that's in there from AMS Dude. Just use his setup, mate. It's very weird the way they tune on this game, but it's a lot easier than worrying about it yourself. Oh, you bitch. I nailed turn 1 there as well. Honestly, the first thing to do, Calcer, is there's a like list of things I've seen that everyone seems to do is first thing, slam the front down all the way down to the floor. Second thing, put the rear high as you can go. Then put all maximum downforce on the front, take all downforce off the rear. And then with the differential, make sure that you have top one very low, middle one high, bottom one very low. And then with the cambers, I noticed that most people tend to run front camber quite low and rear camber quite high. Not really high, but like higher than the front. By like say for example like 1.5 on the front and then like 3.5 on the rear, something like that. That seems to be the way that everyone goes with a baseline setup. And then the toe is normally fairly neutral from what I've seen. Most people that I've seen with setups have got quite a neutral toe. Right, I need to back out and just get a gap here so I don't... Yeah, it is really weird. That's what I'm saying, Kels. It's not... Don't go into Gran Turismo with any sort of logic on setups because it won't work. You have to go in with... It's almost like... Did anyone ever remember F1 2011 and the glitch setups? It's almost like that, I would say. That's what I'd compare it to. They're very glitch type setups. Yeah, exactly. Like in real life, you'd be putting a lot of rear downforce on for this track. Because you'd probably be running like quite a high rake, so you'd need to have downforce to keep the rear down. But hey, this is GT. Oh my god, that's the worst sec. What am I doing there? That's awful. Right, I'll have to push through here now. Yeah, that's a terrible first sector, but we should be able to make that time up. Already made it up there in one sector. Ah, that was scruffy. Oh, sugar. I'm reading dudes comment. Nah, that's awful on the final sector. Let me go again because I feel like this is going to get a 53 fairly easily, because that couple of clicks of rear downforce seems to be making it a lot more stable for me. Ah, need to be better than that through there. You donkey, what am I doing? That was awful. Bitch. Carrying more speed, like trail braking, downshifting at the correct point, getting the apex right, making sure you're getting on the flight, reducing enough speed to carry to the apex, then getting on the throttle at the correct point. Right, we'll start this in. Let's do a qualifying, then we'll start in a minute. All tyres required in race. I think I'm going to leave my rear downforce on 3. I'm a little bit worried about the understeer, like through this corner when the tyres fade, but I might keep the brake bias on 0 just to keep a bit more front tyre wear. We're in the DBR9, whatever it is, that thing. Right, let's start this anyway. Everyone ready? Let's go! Make sure everyone gets out the pits. Oh, someone's... Steve's stuck in the pit. 1 second. Should we reset it? I think... Oh no, I think everyone's out. Has everyone got out? We've got one guy stuck in the pits. Zen... whatever his name is. Oh no, Darter, Davey and Zentex are stuck in the pits. See, the only problem with restarting it is it'll glitch again for someone else. Like, remember, when was it we did it the other week? We did it and it literally just... We just had never-ending problems after we did it, so I kind of... Right, let's go for a lap. No. Awful. Really bad first sector, but let's just get a banker in and then we'll push. Yeah, with 2 temps off there already. More than 2 temps, actually. Droppy lap. Right, let's go again. Ugh. Ah, very tricky to get the traction out of that corner. Okay, we're in the 53s there. Push too much. Push too much. Ah. Oh wow, that'll have to do, I think. I want to test something out up here, actually. Let me just get on the start straight. I want to see something with the... Sorry, not on the start straight. I want to get out onto a flat bit of track. Yeah, you need to... I was just checking you needed TC on. Yeah, not everyone's going to use it. A lot of people have got a race setup, though, Mike, that saves the tyres a lot better. This is where you'll see a lot of people flying in the race tomorrow. I just wish it would have been default setup. This race with default setup would have been really good. I think it would have been interesting. No, we're in the DBR9. Yeah. Like I said, I think I can get this to a 53.5. I've done a 53.9, but that only took me 5 or 6 laps with your setup. So I do think I can get a 53.5, but I feel like I'd have to be time trialing all day to get a 53.2 or 3 or anything anywhere near that. Probably 53.5 I'd be happy with, but I feel like in the race I'm going to be a bit... I don't know. Has he changed anything for the race, do you know? If he altered anything? So I feel like... I don't know if there's some... I'll see what this is like now, because I've got the rear downforce on 3 clicks here, so... I'll try not to die as well. I'll try not to die. Because that killed the tyres before. Why does it say DNF on Super G? Right, move on. Oh, has Steve left? Oh, he must have left. That'd be why he's left the lobby, I think. Current F1 reveals. Not too... I haven't seen anything, to be honest. I was slow on that then. Got itchy nose. Yeah, I saw the Aston Martin, it looked nice. Yeah, it's just a problem with lobbies, then it's not much we can do really. God, what am I doing? I nearly did it again. Because I'm not concentrating. Right, let's focus and see if we can do a bit better. Got itchy nose. Oh. Really weird, that exit up there. It's like you've got to wait for it. Like if you floor it, it kills the rears. Got to be kind of like patient a bit. You okay, Andre? How are you, mate? Meh. Really should be in the 55s there, but a bit wide. Nah, I don't think it'll be like that on the top split, to be honest, Lucen. Definitely won't be like that in top split races. It'll be start at the front, don't get dirty air in top split. It's not a very good lap here, but I wish I could get these tyres to work better. The only problem I'm having is that tyre wear seems quite extreme. Oh. Nearly snapped on me then. Didn't get on the throttle early at all there. That was awful. I mean, it is times 6 tire wear with racing softs at Suzuka, so they are going to die pretty quick. That's kind of to be expected, but I feel like in top split tomorrow, there will be so many people that have mastered the tuning to make the tires last that we won't be able to compete. That's what the only worry I've got. Because I know that last time we did that Group 2 race, they kept the tires alive for ages. He might be on medium tires, P2. See, this is pretty much medium tire pace now. This is the worrying thing. 4 laps and we're into medium tire pace. This is my concern. Like, we're already dipping into medium tire pace. Ooh. See, so lap 4 should have been 56 still, because we just done a 57.1. So that was just a really scruffy lap 4. Just snapped on me there. Let's see what this lap is looking like. I'll see through the sector split. Oh God, get off that curb. Yeah, you could drop the gears a little bit. I know what you mean. So you go through third. I know. So you can extend, you mean on the final chicane, stay in second. The only thing there, it's going to affect some of the gearing somewhere else. Yeah, I'm using dude setup. MS dude. So yeah, it's getting a bit lively when you change up gear there. Yeah, we should have pitted there because the tyres have gone. They can. It looks like they're struggling after 6 laps. So he's on mediums behind us. He's going to get a big undercut now. However, his tyres will fade very quick. Unless he's got a setup that looks after the tyres. A different car, it shouldn't work at all, Simple Jack, but I don't know. Remember, that was on hard tyres as well, I think that, and also there was hardly any tyre wear. Yeah, you can do that, but if you're starting from P1, you probably want to start on the softs, really, but... I think the dip is actually probably... I think it's more to do with the ride height and the downforce and stuff like that. That's probably killing the tyres, but... I'll have a look in a minute. Oh, 1 second. Let me get in the pits. God. Dan, thank you for the 13 months worth of membership, you legend. Get the legend emote out for Dan over a year as a channel member. Big thank you to you, Dan. Appreciate your support, mate, you legend. How many likes are we on, by the way, chat? 175. 25 more likes and we've done 200. That'll be great if we can hit 200 today. Thank you, everyone who's took the time to do it. And if you haven't already subscribed, do hit that subscription button. Helps us out massively. Jesus. Yeah, but you can tune the car to make it last better with tyres. I remember, like I say, the Group 2 race. Do you not remember people doing the no-stop race? They'd made their tyres with the setup last incredible. And that's what I think is going to happen in Top Split tomorrow. People will have a setup that's just like nailing the tyre wear. Jeez. This wants to kill me. The boost kit are you on about? Whether... See, I think it makes quite a nice difference, but if you're happy with the fight as standard with the GT Pro, then you know what I mean? You might be fine. Like, I noticed that I wouldn't go... Personally, I wouldn't go back to the non-boost kit way of running this build, but that's just my personal preference. I couldn't really answer that for you, really. It's a hard one. I would say maybe get it and see how you feel with it with just 5. Like, don't buy the booster kit, see how you feel with it. If you like the feel of it and you think it's good enough like that, then stick with it for a bit. If you find that you're improving with it and then think you maybe need a bit more feel with the force feedback, then think about upgrading the booster kit maybe. See how you get on. Especially if you're unsure about it, like, and you don't really want to, like, spend a lot of money. the fight, like I say, as default, it was still really good. It's just better with the booster kit. That's the only thing I'll say. But these mediums are pretty fast, aren't they, on here? We're only 2/10 off that sector split, and that wasn't even a good first few sectors. Must be the fuel. Although, I should have really got in the 55, shouldn't I, on that soft sim. It wasn't a very good lap 2. It's interesting that they're doing 50. That makes me think pitting earlier would be better. Doing 6 laps on soft, but then it's how quick will these tyres die? Nice, Neva. Hope you enjoy it, mate. I'm pretty sure you lot will love this wheel. It's easily the best wheel I've ever used. It's brilliant. Evening, Brandon. How are you, mate? It's group 3, but we're tuning on, Brandon, so yeah, it's an interesting one. So basically, you're going to need to go the DBR9 because it's considerably better than the other cars. It just gives you a lot more detail in the feedback. That's the best way of putting it. So you feel that extra bit of detail. Every bump just feels that little bit better. It's hard to explain, but basically you're getting like added detail from every single bump on the track, every single curb. It really does give you a sense of what the car's doing that little bit more, which I think it helps with consistency as well. Obviously makes the wheel a little bit stronger as well, like in terms of the power of the force feedback. Ah, get off there. Definitely think it's a mistake to do 7 laps on the softs with this setup. I think 6 is the... Well, saying that, the tyres are fading now with this. Maybe 6, 7, 3. 6, 7, 3, because hard tyres at the end with no fuel will probably be very low 58s. I have to have a look and see what the hard tyre is, what sort of pace we do on the hard tyre at the end. No worries, more. I need to get the settings. I can't really tell you now my settings because, yeah, it's a bit impossible, but I will try and get them into the description. Basically, what I've done, though, I've got a CSL tuning video for what I use for that. I've basically converted that into the settings, what you can convert. And then a few of the others are on default. There is a few tiny changes, but I'll have to put it into, like, the description, I think. So as long as we're in 57s here, I think the hards will do late 57s. Pretty sure they will. I'm sure you'll be in 157s with the hard tires. Just very late 157s maybe. Oh, crap. Yeah. Like, if you're coming from anything like a T300, the GTDD Pro is going to feel miles better. Like, miles better. Direct drive is just a game changer for force feedback, in my view. It just feels so smooth while giving you more detail. And that's what you want. Let's try and get another low. This lap has not been very good, but I feel like there's still potential in these tires. Yeah, I'll definitely, like, if you're coming from a G29, the GTDD Pro is going to be a massive improvement for you, like, huge. Just, like, there's no question of that, because even from it, like, I came from the CSL, and I honestly can tell you this feels miles better. For me, it does anyway. I've noticed my consistency is so much better with this wheel over the CSL. It's dropping off a bit now. Oh, you too, Byron. Why do I keep... Brian, isn't it? I keep calling you Byron. It's Brian, isn't it? I keep... I don't know whether it's my eyes. Getting old. Can't even read. In-game 610, I haven't changed from the CSL. I haven't changed any of that. I'm still using 610. It doesn't feel like it needs to change for me. It feels fine the way it is. So yeah, that's exactly the same as what we had on the CSL. Right, yeah, I think we're now at the cutoff because I think these tyres are worse than fresh hard tyres now. Oh, sugar. But like I say, Remember with your in-game settings, it all depends what wheel you're using. There's so many variables that you should never just take someone's settings if you're on totally different equipment. You shouldn't just go, oh, I'll use that because they're using it. That's not how... Also, there's people out there who run the exact same equipment with completely opposite ends of like the spectrum in terms of what settings they're using, and they're competing in the same lobbies for like top split. It's very personal preference, how you like the way it feels and stuff. There is no... So there is like this thing, I think a lot of people think that there's like a magical setting that's going to make you quicker. There is no such thing. There's a magical thing that might make it feel more comfortable for you, but no settings are just going to go, boom, there's a second. It's not going to happen. Everyone's settings are because they like the feel of it like that. It's not because it probably makes them faster. The CSL, I've got the F1 wheel with the CSL. If you use my set, have you got my video? Have you looked at my video I did with my settings? Try them settings out, see what you think. I've got, I mean, I used the P1 rim, but I still used the F1 rim with it, and it felt good. It still felt good when I used that. So I've got the F1 Esports rim that I was using before I used this. And yeah, it had the settings from the video, so you might want to watch the video and see what it feels like. They're the force feedback settings that I use in it. So on the video, it's got this wheel rim on, but that one's got a dodgy downshifter at the moment, so I was using it. I didn't change anything when I put the F1 Esports rim on. Try the settings. You might like them. You might not. I don't know. Let's just see what sort of lap time this does on lap 16 with the hard tyres. Just to get an idea of where the cutoff is. I'm pretty sure these will do 57. If they do 57s, then you'll want to do... I don't think... You'd probably want to do 3 laps on them. I don't know. So this run's been a bit scruffy anyway, so we know we can go quite a bit faster than what we've done here. So for tomorrow, I'd be looking at least, what, 5 seconds quicker than what we've done on this run. I think that'd be fairly realistic. Maybe 4 or 5 seconds. But I do think we can... I think we need to mess around with the setup tomorrow and try and get the tyres to last a bit better in the race. I'm going to be brutally honest, I went straight on with this wheel and was faster than I was with the CSL first race. That told me straight away all I needed to know about direct drive. First race ever with it and I was faster. I thought it would take me a while to get used to, but the thing is, you're getting more feedback, so it's kind of easier to drive. Right, let's see what the hard tyres do on this. I'll try and concentrate for this final lap, so I'm not going to read the chat for this one. Ooh, sketchy. Nearly. Ah, I messed it up there. That'll lose me quite a few bits. Yeah, it would have been a 57 though. Though you will be 57s easily, I think, because I messed that final corner up. So yeah, I think we can. I think the best I can get down to is about 52. I don't think I can go much faster than the 52. Really, I think that'll be maybe if we can really hook it up a bit. But I think the tire strategy could be better though. I think that doing 6-7-3 will be the best way with that setup, because you'll get rid of you'll probably gain, I reckon 2 seconds of that time will come off just from doing 6-7-3. Because you can keep it in the 57s with them hard tires. That won't be a problem. So yeah, them hard tires will definitely do 57s for like the last 3 laps. So yeah, I reckon like 55 would be with a better strategy, and then just knocking a few like 31-52 would be all I could probably get out of that. I feel like we need to, if we could get the tires to look after themselves better, then we could go faster. But like I think he said before, they did 45, wasn't it? Someone did a 45. So we're like 12 seconds off pace there. But like I said, I think 5 or 6 seconds of that can come off just through better strategy and concentrating. But then we're still, what, 6 seconds, 7 seconds off pace. So let's see. Interesting. Let's have a little look at the setup that's on there anyway. Let's just have a little. So is that max? That's maximum, isn't it? And then that's lowest. Maybe maybe lower on that would create better tire wear. Also, rear anti-roll bar. I wonder if going lower on the roll bars for the race would give better tire wear. I feel like if you went down 8.8 for the race, it would give better tire wear. Because the roll bars kill the tire wear when they're on high level. So that might be something we could do without massively impacting the handling, because they do make a little impact, but not huge. It might give that car a better feel as well for where it wants to snap sometimes. Might try that tomorrow. What haven't you got the podium though, Deadeye? I don't think this is. See, I don't think this is going to work on any other one other than the podium. This one, I don't know. I really don't know. I should have to. I should turn that on and see at some point again. See if it works on the menu or not. Because when I tried it, nothing happened. So makes me think that it's not going to work. I think that's what I would. I think I would lower them. I don't think there is many alternatives, Simple Jack, really. I think the Hyundai might be an alternative because it's better on tyres. Subaru, maybe. I think Subaru can do all right here, I think, if you get a good setup on it. But even then, I don't think it's as fast as the DBR9. I think lowering that to like 8.8. Are these lower? No, they're max them as well. So little changes to these as well, like knocking it down a setting or two. Like all round will probably help the tire wear, but it will make you slower. That's the only problem. I don't know. I don't know. Oh god. I don't really don't think I can be asked doing another one. I've done like, well, we just done like quite a lot of testing there, so done like 2 hours of driving it. I kind of don't know what I want to do now. should we do? I've already streamed for 3 hours as well today, although we didn't get any racing in. We just got disconnected every 5 minutes. It was quite annoying, but yeah, finding alternative setups. I know that who was it who done a lap in the Subaru? It might have been I can't remember who it was. I saw someone do a lap in the Subaru, but they probably won't share their setup. That's the only thing. They probably will keep their setup to themselves. Right. I'm thinking, yeah, oh, is he in F by Ella? I wonder what setup he's got going on there. Let's see if we can... Oh yeah, we've got E-Monaco drivers here. These are normally quite fast. Let's just see how their car's driving. See if we can spot anything with the way it's... Oh, they're revving the gears out, aren't they? I've been short shifting. I wonder if I need to rev it out more. No, there's no fuel on in this time trial. There's no fuel on in this settings. Yeah, I haven't even watched any of the time trial laps yet. I'll have to have a little watch and see, because that's probably where we're losing a few temps as well. Well, he took way more speed than what I do through there, I think. Oh no, we're faster up to there though. We're 3 temps quicker up to that point. See, what we need to remember as well is a lot of people have been practicing this all week. They've been smashing the practice for it, so this is our first day today. Hopefully tomorrow we'll pick up a bit of pace. So we might find another few temps tomorrow. I normally do. So, like for example, when we practiced daily race C, we were 53 4s and 5s, and then we're now doing 52 5s in the race. So just probably do another little warm up in the morning on time trial, and then we'll join the race tomorrow and see how we get on. Yeah, but the gears are inverted though, so that might be why they're revving it out. Okay, our pace is looking alright for qualifying, I have to say. Like, well, I presume Josetti and that will be doing like 53 3s, 53 4s when it comes to it. I think I can get a 53 6 or 7. That'll be a good lap for me, I reckon. Yeah, I always use slippers because of a little bit of extra comfort as well. It's a little, like these ones are from Primark. You can get them in B&M actually. No, these are from B&M I think, or Prime. No, B&M. So these, they do them in B&M now. They've just got a little bit of thickness on the bottom, and they've got like plastic grips. So, but the plastic doesn't grip too hard. It slides nicely, so works out quite well. Just gives a little bit of comfort on your foot. Because if I had socks on, I'd be getting cramp all the time. Especially in the winter. But yeah, they work really nice, these slippers. Although might be getting the hyper grip socks we might be using them soon. Hopefully they're good. They're like proper sim racing socks. They've got actual like rubber soles on them. Just want to see how Dylan, what sort of pace he's doing here. He's a little bit quicker, but we're in like 34.8s through there. 34.7, I think, on one lap. When the lobbies start dying down, we might be able to get 300 points. That's all I want from this. 300 points, I'll take that. If I can get 300 points, I'm done. They're not Fanatec, they're Sparco Hypergrip. Sorry, Brian. Sparco Hypergrip. So they're the gloves. I use the gloves already, but you can get socks in them. Yeah, that's what we need. Do you know what though? Do you know what, Anakin? How good would it be if a game could come up with something that worked on a setup for how you drive? And you could say to it, like, you're like a proper engineer in the game, that you could say, right, I want a bit better tire life, and the game will just do the settings for you, let you drive, and then you could say, right, I want a bit more front end grip, and it will give you, like, literally, there's like set things that you want in the game. You type what you want and the game does it for you. Like, how good would that be if you could get that in a game? Like, you know, oh, the rear's a little bit loose, I want a little bit more, you know, a little bit more stability over curbs, and the game does it for you. Something like that would be insane in a sim racing game, like a actual engineer that knows what they're doing. So that, like, because let's be honest, real life, most of the input that drivers put in is not, they don't have a clue when it comes to setups. They're just giving inputs in what the car is doing. So they're saying, like, right, the front end's really strong, but the rear's getting a little bit loose, or, you know, got really good stability, but just not enough pace through the corners, stuff like that. That's all they're saying to the engineer. They're giving input. They're not actually engineers themselves. And that's what would be amazing if they could get that into a racing game. There's something that I wish a game could get in there and be good at it, so that we didn't have to do tunes all the time. Oh, do they, Chris? That's interesting. Does it work well as well? Like, does it actually work to a good degree? That's what every racing game should have, something like that in there that can change the setups based on what feedback you're giving it. Or at least tell you what changes need to be made, so you can start understanding what does what. Like, you know, if you want more stability on the curbs, you know, through a chicane, attacking the curbs, and it says, right, stiffen up this spring, lower that, you know, anti-roll bar, whatever. If it told you what to do, it'd help a lot of people out, I feel. Yeah, I think I might need that AI for this race. Yeah, imagine that, Deadeye, for like FIA, or like, you know, like that'd be a good idea as well. Like, you know, some sort of like information on what other drivers are, how far behind they are they a pit stop behind, stuff like this. Would have been insane to have, like, you know, from like some sort of engineer, like, oh, such and such is, you know, 17 seconds behind you. The pit lane loss is looking around 16 seconds. So if you pit now, you'll come out ahead. Little information like that would be really good for the competition side of the game. I don't see why they couldn't do it, because surely the game could see how long a pit lane loss was by lap times and what other people's pit lanes have been, and then could literally just say, right, you're currently a pit stop ahead or whatever. That would be really good if they could do something like that in the future. So our qualifying pace is looking pretty good, like, all right, I think. Like, we can do, I think we can get 53.7. I'll probably time trial it in the morning. I don't think I can be bothered doing too much more, like, time trial stuff. Exactly, Chris. Like, you could say, like, it's got really good entry, but it doesn't seem to be putting the power down on the rear, and then the engineer will automatically do something to try and solve it for you, and then you could say, right, it's still not doing it or whatever. It'd be great if they could have an engineer in a game that does that kind of thing, that you don't have to worry about setups. You can literally just you have a preset list of stuff that, you know, most drivers would say about, like corner entry, understeer, oversteer, not, you know, like curbs, reacting on curbs, stuff like this. And you just click what one you want it, you know, and it'll fix it. And then you go out and drive it and say, right, now this is a bit thingy. And you just keep making changes till you get the setup how you want it. See, that'd be brilliant if it could do that in this. Even like ACC, that would be great as well. And also on ACC, if it could do your bloody tire pressures for you, have an engineer that does it. Like, I shouldn't be worrying about, right, it's raining. On ACC, when it starts raining, you shouldn't have to worry as a driver on what tire pressures you need to put on. That isn't your responsibility. That would be the team's responsibility. And that's where I think games need to make it so the game has an engineer that sorts that kind of thing. High pressure qualifying. When did we last do FIA? Can't remember. I think it was the last, not the, I didn't do the first round in this, but the last round of, did we do the last round? Can't remember. We did FIA, I think, the last rounds. Was it Interlagos or in Group 4? I can't think, but there was something we did in the last FIA. We did the exhibition season when that was the last, probably the last pressure qualifying. Doesn't bother me though, qualifying. It's never really been that something I get phased by, really. It doesn't really do, like, you know, I don't get like over thingy with qualifying. I enjoy qualifying, actually. I wish that qualifying was more based on pace and not slipstream and stuff like that, though. But this round will 100% be solo anyway. I don't know how competitive this will be tomorrow either. I think the first two splits will be high, and then it'll fade. Yeah, that's the point, though, isn't it? Like, in real life, racing drivers don't need to know that, like, that's all that information is dealt with by the team and the engineers. As a driver, you shouldn't be worrying about, like, on ACC, about sorting out your tire pressures before you pit. Stuff like that should be done by an engineer, like, to the optimal level. And yeah, I just feel like, or you can say, like, you know, have a choice of set tire pressures to go with. It might not be that hard, but the point is, Andy, I don't want to. Like, why should I have to? Like, oh, they have a say in it, but they don't need to know everything about it, Andy. There's racing drivers out there. I've watched documentaries on it. Some racing drivers have not got a clue about setups. They literally just give feedback to the engineer. But at the end of the day, you just shouldn't have to worry about that, in my view. You say it's not hard, but for someone who's maybe, say there's people who work and they don't have time to worry about a setup. They want to just get in and race. They don't. This is why I think this is the wrong way to do GT7. Hopefully, from what I've heard, they know that default setups are preferred. So, from what they've said, what I've heard from someone and some other people who connected with GT, they're aware that most people prefer default setups. They've asked World Tour drivers before, and it was like 90% of the drivers said they prefer default setups. So I do think GT7 will continue with default setups into GT7, but I do think they're going to start adding some form of setups in there. Yeah, I agree with that, Cal. So, like, I said this for GT3s. Like, in Group 3, it'd be good if we had, like, top speed, balanced, handling as, like, 3 options for, like, different tracks. So you could pick and choose which one you want to do. So even, like, on some of the, like, handling tracks, you might want to go over a balanced one because there might be a few straights that you could take advantage of for overtaking, but it might use your tyre life up a bit more. Yeah, there is some like, GT makes no sense with setups. That's the problem as well. Like, you could learn setups, how to do them on ACC, Come on this game and you'd be screwed because nothing you'd do would work. It would be totally opposite. See, I think default setups on GT make like racing cars handle more realistic. As soon as you put setups on, like this Group 3 car is way too quick around here. Like they shouldn't be doing this. Like GT3 cars shouldn't be gripping like a Super GT car, which this is doing at the moment. And that's where the issue comes. When you're like messing with stuff and you got like insane amount of grips through the corners that you shouldn't have. That's when the game becomes arcadey to me. Because like look at real life, like 158 today, 157, 158, 159 in GT3. Pretty much what they do with default setups in GT Sport is what they do in real life with when they're running proper setups. As soon as you put setups in this, you're doing 53s. It's like 3 seconds quicker just with a setup. It's crazy. That's exactly what I just said before, Andy. Like I said before, like who would ever get into a car at Suzuka with max front downforce and no rear downforce? Because it's the opposite. You'd run very stiff rear springs, but a lot of downforce to push the car down. You wouldn't be running no downforce on the rear because you'd want the rear to be stable. You wouldn't want it just sliding out on you everywhere. That's what we said before, but that's the GT way of doing setups, and that's why I hope they continue. Like, I don't mind if GT goes into like a 70-30 split, like 70% of races default setup and 30% with tuning in. I'm quite happy with that. That wouldn't bother me one little bit. I would, you know what I mean? If 30% of the races have got tuning in, like say they've got a 10 race season, 3 races have tuning, 7 have default, I can live with that definitely. I would have no problem with it. Even 50-50 I could probably get by with, but I hope they don't. If they go all tuning, that could ruin the game. Exactly, Brian. Like people don't want to be. GT caters to people that don't want to spend hours doing setups. There's other games out there that do it better for setups. GT caters better to everyone in an equal machinery and just racing and having good close racing, and that's what's great about GT because the racing is always really close. And you know, like if you look at a top split FIA race with default setup, the field spread in qualifying is normally around 6-7 tenths through 20 drivers. As soon as you put setups on, it was nearly 3 seconds at Catalunya. It was like boom, just ruin the racing because everyone's spread out more. But let's see what they do. I'm sure they know I'm sure they know all this. Surely they'll see the amount of people doing the races as well. Yeah, that's the thing, Ray. Like, there's other games that do setups a lot better than GT. Yeah, I agree with you, Andy. It's a hard one with the DR and SR transferring. I said this the other day. It's very hard because I understand why they're doing it. Like, I totally get why they're doing it because they're probably worrying about new people playing the game and being a bit put off by being matched against insanely quick people. But my argument is, within 3 days, that will start sorting itself out. So your fast drivers off GT Sport will be out of them lobbies so quick that it won't matter because even to be honest, the majority of the drivers that haven't played GT will be playing the single player. Most people who play this will be doing the online, and then they will be out of them lobbies so quick that it probably wouldn't matter. But the other thing is, obviously, for the competition side, they want to go straight into a season, I believe, so that you've got proper top splits. So that's probably something they want to keep. They want to get the good drivers in the top splits. So I can understand that. But then you could have an alternative argument that people that are new to the game that could be really fast won't be able to be in top split for probably about 4 weeks. So I'm stuck in the middle with it. I would prefer the reset. For me, it would make it more enjoyable to grind the DR out. It makes a new game fun. I like ranking up. It'd be great to say, you know, oh look, we're one of the first A+ drivers or whatever. It'd be great to be like that, but you know, I'd love the feeling of grinding that DR up and working our way up to the top rank. But I can see why they've done it, and as well, it's kind of a I can see the issue they've got, but I would have preferred the reset, definitely. I am going to do a new GT7 account, but I'll be mainly doing my main account on it. I'll be using this one, and then I'll use my YouTube account that I've got as well, and I'll also have a third account, which will start from scratch for online. So we'll have three EU accounts probably. You going to bed, Pumpkin?
But, I forgot to bring my phone upstairs when I was getting a yogurt with
Where's Mummy? Which phone is it? Your new one? Is it working? Is it all set up to yours? How is it now? Ah, I just ask Emmy. Well, I'm going to be finishing in a minute, so I'll go and get it with you in a minute, okay? Can you wait like 5 minutes, yeah? Okay? I'll go and get it in a minute. Yeah, I get that, Razzle. I see where you're coming from, like, we get a new season straight away, but do you not see, like, my argument is it's a new game. My point of view is it's a new game. I think a lot of the fun in a new game comes from starting off scratch and working your way through the game. I feel like if you're giving everyone the max rank straight away, it'd be like Call of Duty, wouldn't it? Getting the new Call of Duty and starting on 10th Prestige. You'd be like, well, why am I playing it then? Like, it's a bit like that for me. It wouldn't be an unbalanced lobby, though. You need to remember, we spoke about this, right? It wouldn't be an unbalanced lobby because you're still going to be matchmaked. So at the launch, when your DR's the same, lap time will still play a part. So you're still going to be based by lap time. So it won't be unbalanced. So once your drive rating starts settling out, then the matchmaking will kick in with based on like driver rating. But when everyone's the same DR, it'll go by lap time as well, like it did at GT Sports launch. So you'll still get lobbies with good drivers in versus bad drivers. And also, within 2-3 days, the lobbies will be sorting themselves out anyway. Like, a lot of the good drivers are going to be in the higher lobbies within 2 or 3 days, and the slower drivers will be in the lower ones. It'll take probably, top drivers will be A rank within a day or two, and the slower drivers will not be anywhere near that. So you're going to have a situation where the lobbies will, you know, for the first 3 days, they'll start fixing themselves, and then it's a grind up to A+. But you're not. I get what you're saying, but you're not understanding the whole point of a new game. That's all I'm saying. I see where you're coming from, but I'm just saying from my perspective. If you buy a new game, I wanna grind that DR up. I don't want to start with maximum DR. That's just my personal opinion. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and like I say, you're entitled to your opinion. I respect it. I understand it. I totally get the reasons why they've done it, but for my personal reason, I feel it would have been more fun to grind up and start a game fresh. Everyone reset, meeting new people, finding new fast drivers. It would have been fun, but it is what it is. Like, it's going to be better for our races because we'll be straight in with the fast drivers. But I think it would have been quite fun to start off scratch and like I think most people have said it, like Super GT Steve, Ollie. I don't know what Rory's thoughts on it are, but most drivers have said the same thing as what we're saying. They would have preferred to start from scratch. The ones that I know anyway, content creators. And also, like, from the vote, yeah, I haven't even looked at the vote. Let's have a little look. So we did a vote on YouTube. I'll see what it's going at now because it's still on there. So it had a lot of people that voted in it. So it was over 2,000 votes. So it's on 2,200 votes, and 68% of people would rather start from fresh, reset everyone. 32% of drivers wanted to carry over their DR. So I'm not in the minority. On Twitter, we did another one with like 300 votes, 350 votes. and that came through at 70% wanted to reset and 30% wanted to carry it over. So there is a lot of people that want the reset, but yeah, I mean, it's not like it's not. It doesn't mean we're right. It just means there is a lot of people that wanted to start afresh and make it feel like a new game. That's half the fun with a new game. Like when you buy a new game, you want to start afresh and grind it. Like if I bought Call of Duty, I wouldn't want to carry my rank over from the previous game because then I wouldn't play it. Because I'd be like, well, what's the point? I do think it's going to be a new game though. One thing I will say is GT7 is going to feel much better than this, I think. From what I've seen so far, I really do think that it's going to feel very good. Because I think, one, we've already seen improved suspension physics. Definitely improved suspension physics. And that is one area that I've always called out. Because there is literally no suspension on GT Sport. Your car just... It doesn't feel the bumps very easy. Like now, there is definitely going to be like... noticeable, by looks of it, a noticeable feeling of the bumps and curbs and stuff. So that's going to play a big part. And its tyre model will have to be improved because they've now got the dynamic weather, which means the tyre model is going to have to be much more advanced. So that should play a factor. Also, track temperatures have an impact on the game because we've seen it in the car. Your track temperature changes while you're racing on tracks that have got dynamic conditions. So there is a lot of positives that are going to change your driving on GT7, I think. And also the aerodynamic system with the weather system. The fact that slipstream changes based on the weather that you're in and the air humidity and stuff like that. That is some next level shit. I'm telling you, that'll be really interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what that actually means in terms of racing. Yeah, you can. Yeah, definitely. If you buy, always do that. Anyway, if you ever don't ever buy a game off the PlayStation Store. Really, I make this mistake. I've done it a few times. Don't ever buy a game off the PlayStation Store with your like PayPal. Go and buy credit from Shop2 or CD Keys, stuff like that. I think it is. Get credit from them and then buy the game because you'll get like for topping up £50, you'll get you only have to pay like £42 something. They have offers on all the time, so always do that. Never buy a game directly on the store. Get a top-up code from another website, get it cheaper, and then buy the game. GT Sport Plus. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to surprise us, you know. I do think GT7's going to surprise us. I think it's going to be a much better game. I just think that for me, I would have just rather the reset, but oh well. It's the end of the day. We can't change it. It is what it is. We have to. I'm gonna have a third account where I'll rank it up from scratch anyway. So we'll still be meeting new people, which will be fun. So we'll still do that. We'll have an account that's maxed out anyway. So well, nearly maxed out that we can still do daily racing on. But we can jump in on a new account and start from scratch. Maybe we'll do a starting from last on the grid and seeing how quick we can get to A+ as a challenge for streaming. So last to A+ with, I think James done something like that, but on GT7 from the back of the grid could be quite fun. I think it's CD Keys, Chris. I'm pretty sure CD Keys in the UK sometimes have like offers where you can buy like £50 worth of PlayStation credit for like £42 or £45. I'm sure it's CD Keys. I can't remember though. I might be wrong, but I know Shop2 do it. Just want POP. Oh, Willow Springs. I haven't tried that one for a while. All Keys as well. Yeah, All Keys. That's it. That might be the other one I was thinking of. CD Keys might be the old one. It might be All Keys. I can't remember. There's a few though that you can search and go on. But anyway, I'm going to call that a night because it's 20 to 10. I'm starving. And I need to go to the gym early in the morning, so I don't want to have too late at night because I need to go early. What time does FIA start? Let me end this lobby, by the way. Let's have a little look what time the... sorry if you're on a lap. Apologies. Let's have a little look what time the racing starts tomorrow. Just so I know what time I have to be on. we'll be in top split. We're going to lose DR tomorrow in the first race because the people that have practiced are going to... Yeah, so 2 o'clock. Let's just see something. Right, so all these are going to be flying. Like, absolutely flying. Look how fast they are. And they all know what to do with the setups, all these drivers. They know how to make the tyres work, so... But, what did I do before? I jumped on very quickly and just did a 53.9. I think I could get that up to... What? I think 53.6 I should be able to get out of that. So, pace isn't terrible. Pace, it's all right. It could be better, but... We shall see tomorrow. If we can get 300 points as a target... 300 points, and that'll do me. I only want to have a little bit of fun there tomorrow. Get a video out of it. And, yeah. We'll do some daily races or something like that if we get a result straight away. Although I doubt I will. But anyway, I'm going to call that a night. Thank you all for coming in. Appreciate all you lot coming into the stream tonight. We've got 227 likes. So you beat the 200 likes, you legends. And, yeah, thank you for the donations today. For the earlier stream as well. I really appreciate all the support today, you legends. And thank you for the new members and stuff as well. And anyone who's new who subscribed, thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. I will see you all tomorrow for, I keep saying FIA, but it's not FIA, for Road to GT7. So we'll be doing that tomorrow at 2 PM. It's basically FIA, but different name. So yeah, take care, enjoy the rest of your night, and make sure you subscribe to Dude as well, please. If you're using his setup, give him a subscription and a like, because you know he's sharing the setup out there. So yeah, take care. See you all later. Bye everyone.